Well, is it close to the West Bank? First of all, this is huge. India Today is Gaurav Sawant itself is the only Indian reporter who's currently managed to venture into the West Bank area on the Palestine side. An exclusive report that we're seeing of this, as Gaurav shows us the kind of developed area. Gaurav, if you could really establish the surroundings yet again. You did mention how West Bank area, the Palestinian side, is fairly developed in that sense. And until before this war, I'm sure people may have been living a peaceful life. It's highly unfortunate to what has happened. Palestinians themselves are bearing the brunt of this Hamas terror strike. But we want to see what the Gaza side or the West Bank side really looks like, or rather the Palestinian side really looks like.
Let me try and show you some of those images where I am. Give me a moment. So watch this. This is a very well-developed part of the West Bank where I am right now. This is an area which also has open areas. It has so, for example, right behind me, this is a mall. A mall where you see some shops of bridal wear, some offices. You also see the Palestinian flag flying high on top at this central roundabout, that petrol pump that you see right behind me. And there are signs of protest, but what you see on top of that hill beyond the fence, now there are some Israeli settlements here, and that's a boon of contention. Look, these are people who are going about their daily lives, their jobs. Watch their big cars in this area. So whether you have the latest Volkswagen, we have come in here in one of the cars, because Israeli automobiles do not come in here, or they're at least advised not to. When we came to Jerusalem. From Jerusalem, we crossed the border, or that picket fence, if I may, and our Israeli driver didn't come this side. He said, no, it's not safe. He said, I will stay right here and wait for you. So I crossed over with some foreign journalists on the other side, and then we got into a car of a Palestinian taxi driver, a Palestinian taxi driver driving the latest Skoda, the latest model of Skoda. So this is a well-to-do place. There are big houses. There's, one of the offices we went to, we interacted with a local journalist, and it's a plush office, overlooks the mountain here. You can see parts of Jerusalem from some places. So this is quite different, but though it is thickly populated, population density immense. I mean, 30 lakh people live in a narrow land bank. And again, while 86% are Palestinian, 13% or 14% are Israeli settlers in this area. And there is now a spike in tension between the Israeli settlers and the Palestinians here at West Bank. There are various pockets of the Israelis inside the West Bank, and they are protected by the Palestinian forces. So let me show you more images of cars and people at this crossing. But right now, I'm also trying to head to the place where clashes are expected between the Israeli forces and the Palestinian youth, and very, very angry Palestinian youth here. Again, as I was coming in, the advice was do not stay at any one location for too long, because this is where word gets around here very quickly. And the Hamas fighters could also learn that there are foreign journalists here, and then they could come and target people in any one location. So we come to a location, we shoot there, and then we move to the next location to be able to get you a wider perspective of what's happening here. Nabila.
Gaurav, like you rightly said, and that was my question to you. Israel really flexed along the West Bank area. Many of the areas along West Bank, you have Israeli settlements, nearly 5,000 odd settlements along the West Bank area, which also was one of the reasons to irk Palestinians over the years. How safe are Israelis on that side of the border?
So, from what I've been told, they are armed, they're protected by the Israeli army. and they ensure that there is adequate security, in the sense that one of the locations that we saw, of course, we weren't permitted to stay there because even the Israelis look at everyone with a lot of suspicion. The high the high fences, the CCTV cameras, the motion sensors, all of them are deployed in this area around those settlements. So anyone who is seen as suspicious, they open fire. And that is why, that's also leading to a lot of anger amongst the Palestinians here, because they say that their youth are often targeted. At the same time, the Israelis say that their security is of immense importance, especially after what Hamas did in the southern part of Israel. That's why the situation here remains extremely volatile on ground zero. And we are reporting right from the heart of the problem right now. We were in southern Israel, right at the Gaza Strip, seeing how Israeli forces are targeting Hamas at the Gaza Strip. And India today is right now at the West Bank. We've been reporting from Ramallah. We're currently in Beira, and we're also traveling along the West Bank to be able to get you multiple reports, to get you what Palestinians are thinking, what they are saying in this conflict that actually threatens to engulf this entire region. And the apprehension is, the fear is, that West Bank could emerge as the second front after Gaza within this territory, and Lebanon would be the third front that Israel would be dealing with. So Hamas at Gaza, Hamas at the West Bank, and Hezbollah at the Gaza Strip. Nabila, at
Well,
the Lebanon border.